Have you ever needed to use a document or a screen grab in your video, but it's just boring and not very visually interesting? Well, worry no more, because I'm about to show you 5 powerful techniques that are guaranteed to make it exciting. Just follow along and you'll transform your document into a stunning visual masterpiece in no time. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Eric Bullard. I appreciate you stopping by, taking time out of your busy schedule to watch this tutorial. Before we get started, I want you to know that you can mix and match all of these techniques that I'm about to show you to make your document more interesting and get the look that you want. We all have different opinions on what looks good, so feel free to play around with each of these tips and come up with what looks best to you. I also wanted to let you know what I am using as my document in this video. I created a fake newspaper page inside of Microsoft Word, and I just took a screenshot of it. But all of these effects should work on any document or screen grab that you have. I've already placed my document on video layer 1 in my sequence, so let's get started. Technique number 1, highlight some text. To do a quick highlighter effect, first select the rectangle tool and let's draw a rectangle over the words or sentence that you want to highlight. Next, change the color to a highlighter color. I'm going to change mine to a nice yellow color here. Now, in the Effects Control panel, go down to Blend Mode under Opacity and select Multiply. Now, we have our text highlighted. To take this effect a little further, let's animate the highlighted text so it looks like someone is drawing it on the screen. Go to Effects, search for Crop. Now let's drop that onto our graphic. Now go to the Essential Graphics panel, go under Crop and click the stopwatch next to Right. We're now going to make that 100%. Let's go forward a few seconds and take the crop back down to 0. Right click on the last keyframe and go to Ease In to make the animation smoother. Look at that, a nice highlighter effect. Now for a bonus tip, let's add another effect. Search for Roughen Edges and drop that onto your graphics effect you just created. Under Effect Controls, let's increase border to somewhere around 100. Now that looks pretty cool. You can also play around with the other settings under Roughen Edges to see what you come up with. Technique number 2, let's add some texture. You can find free paper textures online in several places. I will add a link down in the description where I found these that I'm using today. This is a super easy effect. We're just going to add our textures to our project, pick out the one you want to use, and add it above your document on the timeline. Now under Effect Controls, just resize your texture to fit the screen. Under Opacity, we'll set the blend mode to Multiply. Boom! Technique number 3, change the color of the document. Go to Effects and search for Tint. Drop this on your document in the sequence. Now go to Effect Controls and play with the color. I'm going to change Map White to this yellowish brown color. Now to get that faded newspaper look, let's drop the amount of tint down to around 20 to 25%. Nice. Technique number 4, let's make the document 3D. To do this effect, we need to nest all of the layers together. Highlight all the clips on the timeline, right click and select Nest. You can name this whatever you wish. Now go to Effects and search Basic 3D, drop this on your nested sequence. This will let you swivel, which moves the document side to side, or rotate it side to side. Tilt goes up and down, and distance to the image zooms in and out. You may have to adjust your position or distance to the image to make this how you want it to look. So just play around with it. I find that it is easier using position and scale to size your document instead of changing the distance to the image. Now let's animate some movement. Click on the stopwatch next to swivel or tilt, or both if you wish. Move forward in the timeline and change the swivel or tilt on your document so you get where you want it to end up. Don't forget to ease in and ease out your keyframes if you want, and let's see how that looks. As a bonus tip, I find that subtle effects, where it's just a little movement, works best on this effect. Technique number 5, let's add a depth of field look. Use this effect to draw your audience's attention to what you want them to see. Search for Gaussian Blur in Effects, add it to your nested sequence. Now under Gaussian Blur, let's change the blurriness to around 15 or 20. Now we need to make a simple mask. I'm going to click the ellipse mask button under Gaussian blur, the circle here. Now I want to reshape it so it's an oval over the highlighted part of my text. Click inverted so that the background gets the blur. Now let's feather the mask a lot and use mask expansion if you need to make the mask larger. Now let's take a look at all the hard work. If you have learned something from this video, let me know down in the comments. Also share this video with your friends if you think they can learn something from it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And most of all, keep learning and keep creating. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.